Welcome back for session 2 of Meditation for Resilient Educators. Thank you for joining us for a few minutes today to just resource ourselves with some attention building skills and maybe just to regulate our nervous systems a little bit for a few minutes. And thank you, Glenn and Lori, for being with us here again today. Really appreciate it. To begin, we'd like to acknowledge that we are living, working, and right now we're practicing on land that does not rightfully belong to us. And we may need to be always mindful of this and grateful enough to work towards truth and reconciliation. So what is your compass today? What is your intention for your practice today? Where do you want to get? So think about that for just a minute, about what you want out of this practice, and then name that to yourself. Regular bouts of gratitude have been shown to rewire our brains to scan the world for the positive. And boy, do we ever need that in these times right now. So think about something that you are grateful for, even in light of the last few months with the isolation and sort of the upheaval of what our lives have looked like in the time that we've known it. So I'm going to start with Glenn and Lori and ask for you to share something that you're grateful for.
I'll go first this time, Glenn. It has been a roller coaster ride during this pandemic. And I think the thing that I've really sort of appreciated is meeting new people in new ways and seeing how we've been so innovative in providing, what we typically did before in a totally different way. And seeing people get together and really just, there was no barriers. It was, let's just do this. We have to make it happen. And that spirit just gave me hope all the way through this. And so absolutely the people and the ability to be innovative through this has really shone.
Awesome, thank you. And Glenn?
Yeah, definitely a lot of gratitude that no one in our family, our extended family, got COVID. I mean, our parents and such felt really lucky and had a lot of gratitude that didn't happen within our family. I know a lot of families were really having a hard time. I had a lot of thanks for all my students who were able to try to do some work and put out that effort. That must have been very hard, distance learning, not being in a classroom. A lot of them did some amazing things. I know, some had to be out working to support their families. So just all the efforts they did, whether it was schoolwork or other things, I can appreciate what a strange time this was. And wow, I'm just thankful that they all tried to do what they could do in any way for their family or for themselves, for sure, yeah.
Awesome. Great. Thank you so much. Okay, before we actually start and sit, we're going to do some gentle stretching because it helps relax the body just a little bit. So let's reach our hands out in front of us and interlace our fingers. And then we're going to follow our breath and we're going to inhale as we bring the hands in and exhale as we push the hands out. And then repeat, inhale and exhale. Inhale. And this time when we exhale out, we're going to keep the arms extended until the exhale is fully gone. And then we're going to inhale again and just lift the arms up however high we can get them with the arms straight. And then when you reach the edge of your range of motion, just bring them down a little bit. Relax the shoulders away from the ears and breathe. And then bring the hands down and take out the interlacing and just shake the wrists out a little bit. And we're going to do that again, but this time interlace the wrong way, the one that doesn't feel natural. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to inhale and then exhale, pushing it away. Big inhale and full exhale all the way out. And then inhale. And last time going out, and we're going to keep the arms extended until the exhale is fully gone. And then inhale again and lifting the arms up, just enough that you can keep the elbows straight. And then come back from the edge if it's too hard. Just relax and breathe. And then bringing the hands down, take it out and shake it off. You can shake the shoulders, the arms, Okay, and just let your arms fall to the side and relax. So today's meditation, we're going to focus on the five senses. The benefit of this meditation is like breath, your five senses are always with you for the most part. But the benefit is that the five senses are somehow a little bit more concrete. So the breath sometimes can be hard to access. Let's say you're feeling completely overwhelmed, or maybe you have some physical pain. Sometimes the breath is just a little too subtle and you need something outside of yourself to focus on. So we're going to use the five senses as a way to focus instead of focusing on the breath like we did in the session number 1. But a common struggle in meditation is finding that balance between effort and ease. So in the yoga world, this is a common idea, common concept. You may be in a pose and a teacher will say, are you adding any unnecessary tension to that pose? Are you over-efforting? Are you trying too hard? Or conversely, the teacher might say, are you just hanging out in the pose? A little bit distracted or unaware of what's actually going on in your body. So we're going to do that. That happens in meditation. It happens in life. So we're going to try and practice today finding that sweet spot between effort and ease. And I will bring it up as we're going through the five senses. But to get started, let's just find a comfortable seated posture. So it could be, like we said last time, up on a cushion, on a chair. You could be lying down. As long as it's a place where you can find some relaxed alertness. And once you find your posture, you can move a little bit, kind of adjust for comfort, wiggle around until you find a comfortable place where you're going to be able to spend a few minutes. So once you've found your soft place there, then just settle. Breathing in and out through your nose. And relax and soften any tense places that you notice. Common tense places are the forehead or the eyes, the jaw, the shoulders, and the belly. So just scan through and soften any tense places. And without trying to change or control the pace or texture of your breath, just notice your belly rising and falling with your breathing. And imagine with each exhale that your body gets softer. If your eyes are closed, I'm going to ask now that you open them slowly and rest your gaze on something that's easily within view. So if you have lots to look out, like say you're outside, then find something smaller within that large view to look at. Remain soft in your body and breath, and just pay attention to whatever you're looking at. And notice now if you're over-efforting. So are you using flashlight eyes or laser eyes? It's like you're reaching out really hard to look at it, so you're looking at it correctly. Instead, try using camera eyes that receive whatever you're looking at. And if you feel distracted or you're looking at too many things at once, or kind of flitting from one thing or another, gently bring your gaze to one thing and then imagine that you're breathing from that thing. So your inhale is coming from it and your exhale goes right directly back to it. And as we move to sound, it may be useful for you to let your eyes close here, but it's up to you. Try both ways and see. Notice what you can hear. This time, instead of trying to hone in on one sound, see if you can label the sounds as they happen, as you hear them. So wind, a passing car, somebody in the next room, or maybe the sound of your own breathing. So just notice and label each sound as it comes to your ears. Now we're going to move on to smell. This one may be a bit more challenging depending on where you are, but keeping your body soft and still and your breath slow and easy, what can you smell? It may be a subtle or slight sense of soap from washing your hands earlier, or maybe it's as strong as roasted garlic that flavored a recent meal. Or simply notice the distinct lack of smell. So just stay with that sensation of smell and see what you notice. And now we're going to let that go. And I'm going to invite you to bring awareness to your mouth, your tongue, your teeth, and the saliva in your mouth. And notice what it tastes like. And notice if the attention being paid on your mouth increases or decreases your saliva. Notice the challenge of staying engaged with taste when it's not particularly exciting. It's not sweet or sour or savory. So can you find a spot between effort and ease here in just paying attention to taste? And finally, I invite you now to place your fingertips on something within reach. So it could be your clothing, it could be your skin, or something, a surface that's nearby that you can touch. And notice if you label the sensation as pleasant, unpleasant, or simply neutral. And then notice what happens if you begin to touch the object with a different part of your finger than you normally do. So maybe the sides of your fingers, or the center of your finger as opposed to the very fingertip that we usually touch with. Experiment with touch and stay present with it. And then relaxing your hands and letting that go, just letting them relax on your thighs or wherever they're comfortable. And you can take a few deep breaths here, belly breaths that really fill your lower belly. And then exhale all the air out. And as you're coming back to awareness here of where you are, I invite you to listen to the words of Edward S.B. Brown, who is a Zen teacher and chef, who wrote a little poem called No Measuring Up. Now I make time to peel potatoes, wash lettuce and boil beets, to scrub floors, clean sinks, and empty trash, absorbed in the everyday. I find time to unbind, unwind, to invite the whole body, mind, breath, thought, and wild impulse to join, to wallow in the task. No time lost to thinking that somewhere else is better. No time lost imagining getting more elsewhere. No way to tell this moment doesn't measure up. Hand me the spatula. Now is the time to taste what is. I'm grateful for the traditions and teachers who have informed this practice, and for any of you and all of you who have joined us today. And once again, I'm particularly grateful for Glenn and Lori for joining me and practicing with me today. It's just been a real pleasure. Thank you. Please share this video series with anyone who could benefit from developing strategies for becoming more resilient and more present in their mind and their body. And join us again next time when we'll explore deep, deep rest. Thank you again, and namaste.